All right, so my phone did a weird thing. It stopped recording, maybe because it was too much on the memory. However, um, we have four cards out. The first card is Fortune is in your favor. Next card, cleansed and purified, ready for your next motherfucking step. Okay. Then we have Patience clouds your faith. And clarifying it, we have creating a brand new existence for yourself. Okay, so you are no longer in that impatient energy. You don't stress out when shit happens. You just allow yourself to be guided by your spirit team so that you can take the necessary actions needed to get things back rolling. You know what I'm saying? So we have familiar and unknown challenging. Okay, but remember, you're going through a major transformation. Major. It's given triple transformation. So this is given that time of being in the cocoon, which can be the most painful. And there are many stages before the beautiful emerging of the butterfly. And most of the time, those many stages requires or usually includes or is accompanied with a lot of challenges, right? But just let go and have faith. Ironically enough, this card that has the word faith written on it is underneath the impatience clouds your faith. Slow down, let go, allow the Most High to guide you. Okay? The next card out is conscious relationship choices. Okay? In this brand new existence that you're creating for yourself, being cleansed and purified, you're making conscious relationship choices, and you're no longer allowing yourself to get wrapped up and trapped by wolves in sheep clothing. I just saw the heavenly help card. So you're receiving help from your spirit team as well. Wow. Okay, where the trap card was going to be, another card came out. It says, beware of enlightened arrogance. Don't become the poison. Okay. So this is given, be sure not to get too big, too much of a big head when all these blessings and stuff get to coming towards you. Okay? I feel like spirit is having to pull your coattail even before the blessings start coming in. Don't be the poison. Don't be a wolf in sheep clothing. Don't get, this fortune and start acting up. But also this could, with this coming out before conscious relationship choices, it's also given that this could possibly not be, your energy or a warning towards you because you've done the work. This could be the type of people that may come in to try to block you, to try to block your blessings. Wow. So I'm gonna take this transformation card again because I feel like I shuffled a lot, but it was still on the bottom of the deck. But then I possibly could have not shuffled it correctly. So let me just pull it out. Okay, now we're gonna take the bottom of the deck card here Okay, wow. So here we go again with another card of transformation, another card of transition, another alchemy card. Okay, it's the transmute card. It's the number 44. The first card that came out is veiled, which is a number 38. So hold the line. Okay. So the veiled card is saying that there is something that is not being revealed, or someone is not revealing a part of themselves. They're hiding or holding back info or an aspect of themselves. It's asking you to have caution before proceeding. Or it could be asking you to be protective about what you share, because you have people who are holding back things from you. There are wolves in sheep clothing. These could be people that act like they are enlightened, but they really just, they weaponize the knowledge that they do receive. They weaponize the knowledge that they get from you. So again, be mindful of the information that you share with people, because they're gonna weaponize it. But going back to the veiled card, which was the main card for the read, it says pull another card to see what your next step should be. And the courage card came out. So Spirit is asking you to have courage during this time of a lot of things coming your way. You know, there's always a storm, the storm before the calm, okay? The storm before you take that leap of faith. I feel like there's a lot of things coming against you right now to try to deter you from taking that leap of faith. Try to make you feel like all of the good messages and that you've been receiving were just lies, to make you doubt yourself. But again, your gifts are going through a quantum exponential growth. So the card says meditate on this symbol here. Meditate on this symbol for altered awareness and to encourage. And remember, the courage card just came out along with the transmute card, but it says to encourage your hidden abilities to rise to the surface of your consciousness, so that you can know how to handle the situation. But also remember, in our read here, one of the cards that came out is conscious relationships, right? So meditate on this symbol so that the wolves and sheep clothing can be revealed to you. Have the courage to see the truth, because this is all about you cleansing and purging, right? Because you are ready for the next step. And the card that just came out is the number 5 card, which is fluidity. The bottom of the deck is stubbornness, the number 40. Okay, so it's given there's a relationship that you are being really stubborn in releasing. The bottom of the deck card for our main spread here is the wicked just holds on to your wealth until you know you're worthy of it. Okay. So this could, represent the fact that you are stubborn and releasing this particular person or relationship, or it could speak to the stubbornness of these people to release you, right? Because we just read that bottom of the deck card. The wicked just holds on to you and hold on to your wealth, hold on to your energy until you know that you are worthy of your own energy, versus giving it out to these energy vampires that don't have your best interests at heart, that look at you struggling and could help but didn't, that, ignored you, want to know about what your blessings are, but ignored you while you were in pain. And they could have easily helped ease your pain. Wow. Okay. So the card I just pulled to support our message is the goddess Tara, and the crystal is Tibetan quartz. And the title of this message is Her Eye Ever Open. Okay, so it's given that discernment is coming through. That could be one of your gifts that you are bringing to the surface of your consciousness with this veiled card. As you meditate on that, this is bringing up, your third eye, perhaps just other situations in your life. You are seeing them with new lenses, and you are seeing people, relationships, for what they are, who they are, so that you can help to protect yourself. The bottom of the deck card is Ascended Master Babaji, and the crystal is the diamond. The title of its message is So It Shall Be. Okay, so one moment as we get more information on this courage card, but there's a lot of expansion going on, expansion in regards to karma and karmic situations, also expansion of the sacred energy around you, right? And another one of your hidden abilities that are being multiplied and rising to the surface as you meditate is your ability to be an alchemist, to transmute, to release. Wow. So the release card is out here as well, and it says, without delay, cut the cords to any unhealthy or toxic people, places, energy, habits, and beliefs. Time to stand in your truth. Okay, stop pretending like you don't see what's right in front of you. The signs. Okay, time to stand in your truth without cutting anyone down in the process. Meditate on this symbol when you want to be the spiritual warrior with love, honor, and compassion. So this is the symbol to meditate on. It's an ancient dagger. Meditate on that symbol when you want to tap into your spiritual warrior energy. And that's definitely what we're going to need at this time, considering this is the storm before the calm. Okay? We're in a storm right now, a storm of challenges and changes before we become the beautiful butterfly. We got to honor the process. That's why Spirit says just rest, have faith, let go. Don't be impatient, because in being impatient clouds your faith. It clouds your mental ability to see actually what is going on. So again, have courage through this time. Fluidity. There's a lot of stubborn energy around you, but know that you will maneuver through all of the bullshit and the minefield. You will maneuver through the minefield with ease because of your spiritual connection. Okay, you may step on a bomb and still not and it doesn't go off. You know what I'm saying? On accident. For the most part, you going through the minefield and you missing all of the shits, but you just, the ones that you may accidentally step on just happen to be a defective one, and you still make it through. You know what I'm talking about? So hold the line real quick. Family, I did not. I'm just recognizing this, that the courage card is number 37, the veil card is number 38. So I paused the video so that I can go read on courage, and I just realized, and I remember seeing this while I was reading the veiled card. Of course, courage is just the next page over. So for some reason I didn't close the book, and I'm glad I didn't, because I've opened it. Wow. Opened it right to where I needed it to be, because courage was the other card, and I was going to speak to it when I was reading veiled, but I was like, no, but then it came up on its own. So the courage card says you are being invited to summon your courage and take the next right action. And remember, the only reason we pulled another card is because the veil card asked us to draw another card for clarity in your next right action. Literally the same words. And our next right action is to have courage. It's, this card is asking us to summon our courage, nudging us to let go. Okay, remember the familiar and unknown challenges coming up. Card came out, and one of the messages on it is to let go. Okay, with the release card came out here that says, without delay, cut the cords. You got to cut the cords to any fear that you're having and boldly move ahead. Cut the cord to the fear and let go of any fears that you're having and boldly move ahead. This is your moment to seize the day, live your dreams, step forward with confidence. Okay, so you can meditate on the symbol and mantra whenever you need a boost of encouragement. Okay, so your spirit guide says, one monkey don't stop no show. Okay, I literally woke up to a problem that could have me, you know, immobile. But I've basically, long story short, my stupid behind left my keys in my car and the car turned on. How I did that, I've never done that before. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not in my usual area, so it's, for one, it's a blessing that no one has, and the window is down. So the battery is down, the car won't come on, or it won't start. So I can't roll the windows up. I can't, I can lock the doors on manually, but I'm like, shoot, why lock the doors? The window is wide open. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody want to get in, they can get in. But I guess I could lock the doors to not make it as easy for them. But the fact that my car was on for all those hours and no one, my keys in the ignition, it's a blessing that no one stole the car, or anything out of it. So that, for me, lets me also know that my spirit team has my back. Okay. There's a multitude of things that I wanted to do today. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do them, but I feel like this courage card is saying, seize the day, live your dreams, step forward with confidence. I was thinking about debating on not going, but now I feel like I need to step out with confidence, especially if this situation goes the way I need it, because I went online and I researched a mobile mechanic. So they're going to be on their way to me to check out the car and so on and so forth. So I'm hoping that it isn't an arm and a leg. But remember, the first card out says the fortune is in your favor. And you got to understand how much of a relief that is. And then the next card is cleansed and purified. You're ready for your next step. Okay. So knowing that fortune in your favor, just do what you need to do to get what you need to get back going. These are just obstacles in a way. Don't try to label them as good or bad. It's just part of the process. Honor the process and just call in the beauty. Call in more beauty, grace, and acceptance in this moment in time. Summon your courage, summon your inner spiritual warrior. I feel like the Most High has you going through challenges outside of the eye of people who would normally outside of the eye of people who wish for your downfall. But they are wolves in sheep clothing, so they act like they're really for you, but they're when they're not. You know what I'm saying? So, but those people may be people you usually call on to maybe get help or get assistance in your situation. But I feel like Spirit is nudging you to not reach out to them, to him. Those people that were usually a comfort blanket or a security blanket, for you not to call on them and for you to handle this situation yourself. Because it's going to help you to move forward with confidence. Learning to depend on yourself more. And I also feel like Spirit is saying, with fortune in your favor being the first card out, it don't matter what type of money that you may have to spend to fix the situation, is going to come back to you. Either Spirit, if you look on your life, either Spirit has created an opening where the money that you may spend to fix this problem, he probably blessed you with that money just the previous day. Even though you would like to have that money to continue to add to your bank account, at least it's not pulling from what you already have. Spirit is making provisions. So whether, it be you need money for a certain thing, Spirit is going to make sure you have the opportunity, and it's going to make a way for that money to come in so that you can do the things that you want. And be fluid. Really embrace fluidity. Let me read this card. It says life has caused some rigidness. Okay, and so this situation could definitely be one that would cause anyone to stress out and be rigid and to think, oh, woe is me. But Spirit says let it go. It says don't let the matter take you back into insecurity. Exactly. Don't allow challenges to come and take you back into insecurity. Yes, there's going to be challenges coming your way, but that doesn't mean that you're not spiritually connected. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it as that. Don't allow this challenge to be a wolf in sheep clothing and pull you back into the old insecure you. No, we have courage. We're moving forward boldly and with confidence. Okay? We're never afraid to try a new thing, and will forever have inspiration on this wild journey in life. Rest in power. Rest in your power. Okay? Because when you rest and just flow, you rest in power, baby. Okay? You rest in power. Let's read the Goddess Tara card. To intubation quartz, her eye ever open. I acknowledge that my inner light is growing stronger. Okay? That's why the challenges are coming. Shining brighter. That's why the challenges are coming, because you bright as fuck, and just like a moth to a flame, the bullshit now you are a light in darkness, so of course all the bullshit is coming towards you, but you also have a force field around you. Okay? That is forever inspired in this on this wild journey. You rest in your power. So you may have a lot of shit coming at you, but you resting in power. You're not allowing all that hoopla around you to make you become impatient. No, fortune is in your favor. That's why you can rest when all this bullshit, comes your way. You are cleansed and purified and ready for your next step. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Your force field keeps the bullshit from touching you. Like, for real, for real. You're creating a brand new existence for yourself where you're not afraid. You're boldly stepping forward, boldly stepping out, boldly seizing the day, seizing the moment. Okay? Your inner light is stronger, brighter, and becoming more visible. Period. I relax. Here we go. I relax. That rest energy, right? I relax, not being impatient, right? I relax because I'm cleansed and purified. I relax, okay? This warning of wolves in sheep clothing, don't fear me. I relax because I have a force field of protection around me. I relax in the understanding that the brighter the light, the more powerful the spiritual protection I generate for myself and all beings. What? That's the force field, huh? I relax in the understanding that the brighter the light, no matter what all the shit try to come towards you. I understand that the brighter the light, the more powerful the spiritual protection. Literally is what this card says. I shine fearless and true with respectful boundaries. And that's what you're doing as you are conscious with your relationship choices. You are now uh, putting up respectful boundaries that honor the need for all beings to choose their path. Okay? So you're making conscious relationships choices. And you are honoring relationships that choose a path that is that they're people that are authentic in their own path, for one, but also if they're going to be in your conscious relationship choices, give inner circle energy, and you're no longer opening yourself to closeness with people who aren't on the spiritual journey. Long story short, people that are stubborn to get on the spiritual journey, people who don't want to um, see you as an authority figure, which you are. Because hell, right now you're just not believing in your own power to boldly step forward, but you're finding that courage, and it's such a beautiful dance of the lightness and in your darkness. You're doing a dance between your lightness and your darkness, and you're integrating them seamlessly. Okay, it says, I attract and emanate a high level of spiritual guidance, wisdom, and protection for all. That's why motherfuckers need to, respect your gangster and respect you, because what you're doing it not only for yourself, but for the entire collective. That card spoke of, in two instances, that you're doing what you need to do for the protection of all beings. What you're doing is for the protection of all beings. Allowing all beings to be able to choose their path in life. Fly, Earth Angel, fly. People need to see it's possible. Because you're here in this realm of human just like them. We all have the same capacity. We just got to cultivate them in whatever is a passion for each one of us individually. So the journey may be different, as their destination that they're trying to reach is a different one from yours, but we're all equal in our capacity for strength and our gifts. So the bottom of the deck card with Ascended Master Baba G in diamond, the title, the message is "So It Shall Be." It says, "I pursue my soul purpose with passion and dedication. I have an inner knowing that everything is working out according to a greater love and plan." So even with this situation, like I said, that I woke up to, with my car not starting, me not being able to fix it with just simply charging my battery and so on and so forth. Um, I wasn't stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to tap into the inner knowing that everything is working out according to a greater loving plan. Even the challenges. It says, "My highest priorities reflect the desires of my soul. I generously invest time, energy, and focus on what truly moves my heart." And those are the type of relationships you're calling in to, and the type of relationships that you're going to invest your time, energy, and focus on. You know, people who are in alignment as well with integrity, um, living in the paradox. You know, other people that are, working consistently to be better and not bitter. Those are the type of people that you are allowing into your inner circle. And for everyone else, you're just being that example. You're not judging them. You're not, you allow them to be on their own path. But at the same time, if they are exemplifying stubbornness, acting like a teenager, because I'm reading the stubbornness card, um, there's a lot of stubbornness that people have when it comes to them actually, again, taking accountability. A lot of people reject the spiritual journey because they don't want to take accountability, like a little teenage child, right? Well, so it says have a view. A teenager may have a view of what life should be, or a person, anyone that have a view of what life should be and try to force that onto other people, you're just gonna, that's you acting like a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Teenagers think they know everything and try to force everyone. No, you need to have wisdom. Okay, it says when you try to do that, and you have a view of what life should be and try to force it on other people, you only create karma for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even though you may have the answers, it says the situation is not yours to fix. So again, you may be stubbornly trying to impose yourself on in other people's life and situation. This could be what other people are doing to you. You know, they're stubbornly trying to um, insert themselves in your life. Because remember, the bottom of the deck card says the wicked holds on to your wealth until you know you're worthy of it. These people may be stubbornly trying to hold on to your energy, hold on to your wealth like a little teenager, because they feel entitled to steal from anyone that may have anything greater than them, versus doing the work to get it, just like you've done the work to get this confidence, to get this courage, to be able to walk in your authenticity, to rest in your power, the ability to rest and attract everything you need. People are jealous of that, but all they have to do is do the work, and they can be this, they can emanate that same energy to be able to flow through life with fluidity. But they want to take things and do, take from other people versus doing the work to hold themselves accountable. I don't think I'm finished reading that card. It says, "My commitment to my heart's loving truth is my sanctuary. In inner stillness anchors me in peace. You have an inner stillness that anchors you in peace at all times. It says, I am calm as the wild creativity. And here we go with that word wild again. Wild don't usually come up a lot. But even in her eye ever opening. No, that was a different card that said something about wild. The wild journey is the courage card. Forever inspiration for this wild journey. Courage is forever inspiration for this wild journey. You have to have courage on this wild journey, right? And sometimes you have to have the courage to just be still. That's what you've learned on this spiritual journey. Once you've done the work to gain that spiritual connection and guidance, now you have to have the courage to be still and allow the universe to step in. Be still and allow your spirit team and your spiritual guides to step in. Okay, I am calm as the wild creativity of the divine feminine, that's that rest energy, stimulates my soul growth and spiritual awakening. Okay, so allow the challenges to come in and to stimulate your soul growth and spiritual awakening. And you know how you're going to do that? As you rest, you're going to see how the provisions come, how your spirit team comes in. And that's going to allow your soul to grow because your soul is going to feel safe. Safe is a word that you haven't been able to tap into for probably since birth. From youth, from being a teenager, you never really felt safe. But now on your spiritual journey, you have cultivated that safety, boldness, courage, that spiritual protection protection, just protection all the way around. Being safe, knowing that you're safe, being able to rest in the fact that you're safe, covered, and protected, allows you to stimulate your spiritual awakenings much faster. Again, word to world. Speak life because you will manifest it. Collective. And that's on period. So everything is going to work out in my favor. I'm going to be able to get my car fixed and it's not going to take, an arm and a leg. Everything is just going to work out smoothly. And then I'm get dolled up, get healed, you know what I'm talking about? And I'm going to have a good day today. I'm finna, stunt on these hoes. No. I'm just going to be me 100, with 100% effort. Walking my authenticity. You know what I'm saying? That usually look like I'm trying to stomp on these hoes, but I'm not. It's just me being just me just being me, you just being you is an assault on motherfuckers' ego and shit, because you are a light shining on the darkness that they've been hiding or trying to hide, but you're making motherfuckers take accountability and really look at themselves. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? So I think I'm going to end it right there, family. Hope they helped in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I love you all. And until next time, peace.